welcome back to Take Time for Torah. I'm so glad that you all joined me. I just want to let everyone know we're doing this live down in Florida in Highland Beach with our annual Florida reunion and some over 40 some odd members of our Beth Judah family. So I'm glad that all of you are here in this wonderful first-time live audience. So this week's Torah portion is Parshat Yitro. And Yitro, who is Moses' father-in-law, comes to Moses and says, "You're killing yourself. You can't do it all by yourself. You have to delegate, and you have to create a set of elders." And Moshe then forms all of these elders, and these different levels. Captains, there were generals, there were elders upon that. And in the middle of our Torah reading, they bring together all of the elders. Moses came and he summoned all the elders, the Torah says, and put before them all that the Lord had commanded them. You see, they're also standing at Mount Sinai, waiting for the Torah to be given. And God has started to send down the Torah to all of them. And all of the people answered as one, saying, "All that the Lord has spoken, we will do." And Moses brought back the people's word to the Lord. Now this verse, all the people answered as one, and all the Lord, and that they said, "All the Lord has spoken, we will do," is a very interesting verse. Think about it. How often do the entire Jewish community speak as one? How often does that happen? D'var Torah, this compilation of Hasidic texts from the 19th century, teaches the following. And this is from the Gaon Rabbi Meir Simcha Davidsk. He says, "No one individual has the ability to fulfill all of the mitzvot of the Torah. There are mitzvot that were given to the Kohanim, to the priests, to the Levites, to the Israelites, to the man who owns a house, to the man who owns a field, etc., and all the way through. Thus, all the people answered as one, saying, 'All the Lord has spoken, we will do,' means that all of Israel in its wholeness can say, all that the Lord has spoken, we will do, but not the individual." So the natural first question to ask is, are there things that only Klal Yisrael, the community of Israel, can do? And of course the answer is yes. You need 10 Jews to have a minyan. You need a community of people to stand with each other. We saw this last week at the University of Pennsylvania when there was a group called BDS Penn wanted to hold an anti-Israel conference, national conference. And instead of taking on BDS, which means boycott, divest, and sanction Israel, instead of taking them on face-to-face and trying to fight their emotional argument with the facts, Penn Hillel decided to do something different. Instead, they created their own national campaign and their own investment. So on Thursday night before, they had Alan Dershowitz, and they had instead of a divest from Israel campaign night, they had an invest Israel night. And on Friday night, they gathered something in the neighborhood of 700 to 800 students at Penn and shared Shabbat dinner and shared how they could get active and how they could support Israel. So instead of boycott, divest, and sanction Israel, instead they had a support Israel and an invest in Israel and a stand by Israel weekend. And it was a great success. And I think that's part of what we can do as a community, which is we can stand by each other to create the whole. Because by ourselves, we're ineffective. But gathering everyone together, whether they be Kohanim or Levites or Israelites or just those who want to support Israel, that makes a difference. And all of us can do the same thing by standing by Israel, by investing in Israel, and by supporting Israel. The last piece I want to share from D'var Torah, and this is done as a joke. It is possible to say, according to the characteristic of our people, that if Reuven says day, then Shimon's going to say night. And of course, Levi's going to say dusk. Now, you've never heard that before, right? You know, 2 Jews, 3 opinions. The shul I'll never go to, but I'll build it and donate to it. It's in our nature that we should disagree with each other. Because in our disagreements, we find the strength of our community. But we only do that when we act as brothers, like Shimon and Reuven and Levi, with respect for each other and tolerance for each other, and care for each other. And that's the other piece of that verse. The only way the Israelites could stand together and to speak as one is because they then could show respect and care for each other. And so my message this week to all of us is that we need to stand by Israel for sure, and we need to respect each other and to care for each other in ways that are beyond the ability of anyone else. It's only for us to stand together. So I encourage you, APAC is coming up in less than a month. Be involved with APAC. Be involved with making donations to Israel, our federation. Help our kids go to Israel. Help our synagogue as a community grow in strength. Because as we do that, then our community becomes stronger. Shabbat Shalom, and thank you all for joining.